Hey everybody, how are you? I'm JS and welcome to freedrumcoaching.com. Last week we touched base on the mini Moeller, touched base on it. Since then I received a whole bunch of emails asking me about exercises that will help improve your foot. Now the foot is something that most and a lot of drummers, I shouldn't say most, but a lot of drummers kind of neglect. We all focus on above the waist. How do I look? What's going on? How do my rudiments sound? And we kind of leave our foot to take a back door or just kind of find its own way along the way we go. And then we see these techniques and we're like, how the hell did I do that? I'll never be able to do that. And it's really just a matter of exercising and doing exercises with your foot and focusing on that and dedicating the time to it. So what I want to do for the month of December is work on your foot. We're going to take this from the single bass aspect. If you're a double bass player, just apply the exercises to your left foot and they're going to help develop it as well. Now, I don't want to overload you. I know you've got lessons going on over there, you're watching lessons there, you're studying lessons there. So I'm not going to give you 50, 25, 5, or even 6 or even 4 lessons each week. We're going to do about 2 lessons a week for the next 4 weeks and watch. You will see an incredible improvement in your foot in just some basic techniques. Now, we're going to do an exercise for that mini Moeller we touched on last week. But first, I want to do an 8th note exercise with you. Something I do all the time is I practice 8th notes with my foot and not heel down in this position and not way up here, in a nice even heel, meaning the bottom of my foot is parallel with the floor. So my heel is even with the front of the foot. And it's going to be this type of a motion using the ankle joint and a little bit of the hip motion. And we're going to do this to 8th notes. Now, I'm going to start this off at about 80 beats per minute, and we'll work our way up today maybe to about 140 beats per minute, maybe to 160 beats per minute. What I want you to do over the next week is know your tempo that's comfortable. This exercise should be done completely 100% relaxed. You should not put any tension in your thigh at all, not any strain on your hip, no shock on your knee, no tension and cramping up in your shin or your calf at all. Nice and relaxed. Now, just because I'm going at 80 beats to 100 to 120 to 140, you may have to go at 40, or you may start at a tempo that's 85. Find something that's comfortable for you to where you can do it for at least 3 to 5 minutes. Speed is not what we're after right now. We're after the consistency in the sound and getting the stamina and endurance to do it for a long time. If we can focus on that sound and get it going for a long time, then the speed is going to be second nature. So let's start this out, 80 beats per minute, even heel, nice, smooth 8th notes. Okay, let's do it. Now really do this for at least 3 to 5 minutes. Now for me, when I work at slower tempos on the metronome, I like to do a bigger motion and apply more power. And as I speed up, I reduce the motion and reduce the power and focus it on the smaller muscle groups, much like a weightlifter. When they lift heavy weights for just a few reps, they're going for the mass as opposed to lifting lighter weights and going for the definition. So it's the same thing. The slow tempos is the big motion to get the muscle memory and the big muscles going. The faster tempos, we reduce it down and we go for that definition and fine tuning of the technique, okay? So 80 beats per minute. Do that for a while, work on that, get a nice consistent feel. And then when you're ready, move the metronome up. We'll go up to 100 beats per minute right now and see how that feels, okay? And from here, just at a slow pace over the next week, really comfortable. Remember what I said about the leg, no tension. Work your way up, get to a comfortable place, and by next week, you will have some nice little increments. So right now, I'm just gonna jump through some tempos just so you can see how I've gone from 80 beats per minute to a larger motion to whatever we go to a smaller motion, okay? And then we'll get into that mini Moeller exercise, all right? Cool. All right, and remember that motion from last week. It's a very small back and forward, like a slide, but you're just doing one motion. You're lifting your heel, but we're doing it just here with that little slide feel kind of. And we're gonna do that in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That's going to be the feel we're going to work this to the metronome, okay? And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and up and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so nice and simple. 2 different exercises this week. You can do it, right? The 8th note, mini Moeller double exercises, and just straight, even heel, nice, relaxed 8th note, straight single exercises. That's all I want you to do this week. Nice and easy, right? The month of December, bass drum boot camp, and we're gonna end up with a nice live drum clinic on January 1st, New Year's Day, taking on 2015. Everyone, the exercises are gonna follow my little discussion here. Again, thanks so much. I'll see you next week. Just follow the on-screen instructions and we'll be all set. Everyone, thank you. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.